How's it going, Clayton?
Doing good, man. Looks like the recording's good thus far.
Good deal.
What's going on? Hey, listen, everybody. Welcome to, I don't even know what we're going to call this. I think we joked about Ebony and Ivory. We had Chev, Kev, and Black Satin. and then what was the last one? The pasty icicle in the beard.
Yeah.
So there's no telling, man. But listen, we're here about the Granddaddy, right? So
That's
a
right.
couple of weeks post-Granddaddy. It's been amazing.
Deal.
And you actually got a chance to get out and play already.
I did. It was a beautiful 42 to 44 degrees, and the ball went really far because the ground's frozen, so that was awesome. But,
Yeah, I'm sure the course is pretty similar to the Hideaway.
oh yeah, almost identical. There was white stuff on the ground, but it was snow instead of beautiful, nice sand.
Right. The fluffy sand from the Hideaway. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So I guess before we get started, because I know we're gonna do a segment, I think we're calling 5 questions or something like that. But before we get started, so just a little bit of background. You actually are one of the 6 people who live in South Dakota.
That's right.
And
Only related to 4 of them.
What else about you, man? Hobbies outside of golf?
Yeah, so got 2 kids, a 4-year-old, almost a 5-year-old, and almost an 8-year-old, and then a great wife. And outside of golf, I do woodworking when I get a chance, and other than that, work and hang out on THB, I guess.
Sweet.
How about you?
So
we know a little bit about you. We've got the smile that goes a mile.
So I've got a beautiful wife, man. We've been married almost 12 years in May.
Nice.
I've got 2 kids. You guys think I smile. My daughter is like,
Your daughter's adorable.
she's insane, man. Thank you. But she's high energy. She, like, even since she was little, she'd hug anybody. She's just incredible, man. But she smiles and laughs all the time. My son is like kind of chill at first, and then he's like all in your face, dude. So he's 2, or he'll be 2 in March, and then my daughter is 6. She'll be 7 in May. So
Nice.
Good, man.
Yeah,
So
that's good.
let's get this thing started. So 5 questions. All right. First question. This is gonna be interesting. You got to play against Jeff, I know, in singles. I don't remember who your match play opponents were.
For the team board,
Yes.
we had Finley and Pete
Right.
for the first 18, and then AJ and Luke for the last 9.
So you had a good mix. So I guess my question is, of the Zoo Crew members that you did not get to play, who did you really want to get on the course?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Start him off hot.
Fun just because he hits the ball a mile. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Velardo, of course.
He was fun. I got to do my first 18 with Velardo. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was not a part of any of the snake scenarios. So apparently the snake is 6-0 now.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
Yeah, so that's crazy, but I wish I had been there for that.
Yeah. How about you?
I actually it was either going to be Tyler,
Okay.
or Yodi Neves, man.
Oh,
yeah. So he was a part of my fitting. Really fun, really cool guy. I got to talk to him on the bus for a while, so I definitely wanted to see if I can get 18 in with him. That would have been fun, but it shakes out the way it does. We had a blast. I had a blast with Luke. I had Luke both days.
Yeah.
And then I had Pete actually both days. So I had Pete the last 9 of match play on the first day, and then I had him 18 on the second day. So
yeah, because that was the nicest match in the world.
It was, man. Actually, but Pete is not nice. Like, Pete hit some shots that day that were so disrespectful. I was like, I don't know where you get this nice guy rap from, but it is not true.
Yeah.
So Ethan was awesome. Actually, that last 9, the first day we played with Ethan, that was awesome, man. So it was good to get out with those guys.
Yeah, we had Ethan on the that second day. He was playing against Raj, and dude, talk about Stone Cold Killer. He was a buzzsaw to Raj, but he was fun. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, so I've got a question for you.
Yes,
I mean, there was a lot of build up to this. I had expectations, but what was your biggest surprise that happened during it?
Biggest surprise, man. The weird thing about the Granddaddy is,
Suspecting.
yeah. So the weird thing about the Granddaddy is it just keeps coming. Like it just never stops. Biggest surprise was probably Finley going and taking care of my suitcase situation, man.
Oh
With
yeah.
American Airlines like destroying my bag. Like I didn't expect them to give me anything. I was 100% prepared to like go purchase an OGO bag because I actually wanted one. And man, he was like, we'll see what we have in the back. And I was like, thanks, the airlines are reimbursing. He like waved me off and kept walking. I'm like, no, it's all good. And I was just like, that's pretty awesome. That's not a part of the Granddaddy package. So nobody like come with, the 2019 Granddaddy's bag did not come with like a jacked up suitcase open. It's not part of the package. It's not included. He threw that in, which was nuts, man.
But now you created a problem because like, I don't know, 7 of the team members for this next year's Granddaddy team are going to show up with busted suitcases. If you're watching this, question them.
Yes, absolutely. Now I will admit I was actually missing an entire wheel. Like the wheel and the corner was gone. So that was real.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So all right. So next question. This is gonna be an interesting question. What was the hardest part, or what is the hardest part about coming back from the Granddaddy? So we did a lot of prep. We had an amazing 4 days there. What's the hardest part about coming back?
The obvious answer is the weather and being able to play golf, but that's too easy. So I'll say just not being around you guys. I mean, you look at the week and the things that I remembered, the course is great, the equipment's awesome, but I mean, just hanging out with everybody and the fun that we had and the laughs. I mean, that night at Al's house, dude, that's the hardest I've laughed in a very, very long time.
That was hilarious.
Rolling. So, yeah, that's probably the biggest thing. I mean, our team, we've all been talking for months now, and then to come back, and I mean, we've still been talking, but to not be able to hang out together and the zoo crew. I mean, those guys are awesome. I don't think there's another company out there that has that many great people on. Okay.
I mean, they might exist, but they're probably a unicorn company, man. They're mythological at this point because this group is amazing. I think for me, the goodbyes were way harder than I ever expected to be even for the zoo crew, and then for our team because we had been gelling for me for 7-8 months. Those were hard. But even the zoo crew, man, you'd been there, these guys cheering you on, laughing, having a blast for 4 days. It was tough, man. It was tough.
Yeah. So did you have a favorite piece? One of the questions that have been popping up is equipment. What was our favorite piece of equipment that we hit? What are we excited about? What's that for you?
So the bag is so good, like across the board, it's so good. And it actually took me until the second day to get adjusted because the weight in my clubs was a little bit different just based on what they had available as far as the shafts were concerned. So it took me a little bit to get adjusted to the kind of the clubs a little bit. But I have to say, my 58-degree wedge, I might have like slowly kissed it on one of those holes, man. Like I told Luke I was gonna give him my last name. That club like showed out consistently for me on day 1 and day 2, especially in the Pinehurst round with Matt Peterson, man. It just came up big, and even on the kind of the run I went on against Pete. Man, it was getting me up and down and just getting in there and stopping. So hopefully people are definitely keeping an eye out for just the entire line because everything's great. But that wedge was amazing.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I had Finley swearing at me because of some of the shots I hit. So
I forgot about that.
That was awesome.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that was a good one. But that was going to be my choice too. The driver, I'm really excited about because honestly, Callaway drivers, I've had problems hitting the last couple that they put out, I hooked the heck out
Right.
of them. You know, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I got fitted for an epic, and I couldn't hit it on the course. This one, I haven't had that problem one bit.
Yep.
I'm smoking the crap out of it, so that's makes me happy.
Yep.
So,
Sweet, man.
yeah.
All right, here's a question. This is going to be interesting. So 2019 has been announced.
Yeah.
Granddaddy's coming back. What's your one piece of advice to the 2019 team? Obviously, we're not officials. We're newbies. But what's your piece of advice?
Don't stress about anything.
Yeah.
I mean, really, I didn't stress too much about my game or anything leading up to it because I'm in South Dakota leading up to December, you know.
Ain't killer, but neither here nor there.
Yeah, not worrying about it. Just let it. I'm very much a planner, so showing up and not having any control over what's going on was kind of crazy for me. But it just soak it in. Don't stress about anything.
Yep.
How about you?
Man, I've mentioned a couple comments in the live thread, but I think the biggest thing is to never lose sight of the moment, right? So you got the days just, I mean, it's literally like you're in the ring with Tyson and he's punching you, but they're all good, right? So like every day you're getting more and more, and so you can get lost at some point if you let it in the golf. And even though the golf is amazing, the course actually can be, it can kind of make you take a step back, and there's so much that's just visually taking you in. And then you want to win, obviously, but at the end of the day, you have to remember you're in paradise. Like, you may never ever step foot on this court again. You probably, course on this, step foot on this course again. You probably won't. Truth is, you might not see this group of guys together ever again.
Yeah.
It's possible, but that's not a reality. The fact that you're getting brand new clubs, the fact that you've got Roger Cleveland walking in to your breakfast meeting. I think for me, the biggest advice is just don't lose sight of the moment. It's the most incredible 4 days, and you want to be able to just take it all in.
Yeah.
One of the things I really noticed this last time was Phil just looking around, man, just looking around on the course, smiling, snapping photos. It was just like, when you're not playing, you can literally just let it sink in, man. Look at where I am in December.
Yeah.
For him from Ohio, that was crazy.
Yeah. I had one of those moments where, I can't remember what hole we were in. It was like 3 or 4, where Roger was getting up to hit. And I got out of the cart to go up and just go to my bag and grab something. And I got up and I looked back, and there's just this mountains right behind you. And it was a day that was raining, so you've got the mountains, and then you've got the clouds covering the mountaintop. Right. And it was such a cool scene. It just, it hit me hard right there. That was so cool. But soak it up.
The mountains actually looked like they were smoking, man. It was incredible.
Yeah. Incredible. I think Morgan or somebody made a comment. It looked like a volcano going off or something. So it was pretty cool. It was a bummer we didn't get the nice weather, but man, that scenery with those clouds and everything, dude, that was.
The crazy thing is, when you go back and look at the photos, they're still spectacular.
Oh yeah.
Like overcast, they're spectacular.
Yep.
So it's interesting. I can't wait till all the photos are finally revealed after the embargo day lifts, and
I agree.
See everything.
So I've got a question for you.
Cool.
So we talked about. People talk about the food all the time, right? The sliders. So there's that famous picture of you with the slider face. There's another picture of you with a similar face. I would like to know how many times this week or that week did your teammates see your O face, and how jealous was your wife of it?
So, man, it's funny. Like, my wife is still like, she laughs at everything. She thinks I'm crazy. Even if you saw the video clip I did next to the Christmas tree the other night, like she was literally like, "What is wrong with you, dude?"
After that, Clayton.
Yeah, she was like, "Something's wrong with you, man." But it's weird because people kept talking about how hard I was smiling. I couldn't stop. Like, it was a natural reaction. It just, it was just every day, all day. even when we weren't looking at our clubs and we were sitting there just talking. I mean, Sean Toulon sitting to my left, my Finley sitting across from me. So in reality, if I just be 100% honest, a lot of those guys are like heroes to me, man. I mean, you literally watch them on, you listen to them on podcasts, you watch them on videos, you've seen the Granddaddy footage from the past, and so to be sitting there at the table with them, I was all smiles, dude. So that was pretty awesome, man.
It was kind of like chills when Roger Cleveland walked in.
Yes, that feeling was nuts.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anybody got the picture, so when I was able to go back and see the pictures, I was like, this is crazy.
Yep.
So,
pretty awesome.
Yep.
What other questions do you have?
All right, last question from me. Favorite hole on the golf course and favorite shot you hit? And you might not remember the number hole, but
yeah, I think it was Clive's 7. It was a par 3. It had the water. Well, there were two beautiful par 3s, right? There was the one that had the pond right in front of you, and it had like waterfalls and everything, man. Just beautiful. It was the other par 3 where you walk up like a little bridge, and then you turn to the right and you see it, and it's just gorgeous. That was probably, to me, the best one. Just beautiful.
Absolutely.
Best shot was probably the wedge shot I hit, where David had blown the green with I can't remember how he put it. It was like a knockdown over piered 5 hybrid or something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't give him crap about that at all.
No.
But he flew the green by like 30 yards. And so the green was, I don't know, 10 feet above me. And I had a small palm tree in front of me. And I hit this perfect flop that landed up there and rolled out, I don't know, 3-4 feet. And that's when I got colorful words thrown at me.
Yeah,
that
so
was one of my best.
I heard about this mythical shot from Luke and Pete on day 2.
Okay.
And they said Finley had some feelings about it, man. So that was awesome, man.
One of the top 2 shots I've ever hit in my life. It was awesome.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah. How about you?
So my favorite hole is actually the other hole you talked about. So you've got it's the par 3. You've got the waterfall directly ahead of you, and then you actually got footage of it. So when you walk up, there's a waterfall to your left. So literally, while you're at the tee box, you're listening to the soothing sounds of the waterfall, behind you, and you've got the waterfall in front of you. And that hole is actually the one Luke almost jarred. I mean, he was like 3 inches from just jarring it. Phil was actually out there. Philly V was out there on the hole, and he was just like it was one of those moments. And so Luke said, if it goes in, I'm gonna jump in the water, before he ever swung the club. And when it landed, I was literally, he looked like he had seen a ghost. He thought he was gonna have to jump in the water and buy drinks. And I'm just like, dude, I'm coming in the water after you if you jar that. That's crazy. Awesome. Yeah, that was nuts, man.
Man. How about favorite shot?
Favorite shot. I would have to say my favorite shot was probably a wedge shot that I hit in with my 58 that I'm in love with. Literally, I think I was like maybe 40 yards off the green, chipped it up, and it hit once, spun a little bit, bounced again, hit the flag, and actually dropped on the edge of the hole and just sat there. And so we all like waited, but it was beautiful, man. Never left the flag.
That's awesome.
So near chip in was pretty cool.
Yeah. So I don't have another question, but I have a thank you to give.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I wanted to give you a thank you, actually, for sending me your Christmas card over the web. I don't know if anybody can see this, but
what is wrong with you, dude?
Mac Daddy Clayton.
Something's wrong with you, dude. First of all, that is not me. If it was, I'd have a lot more money than I do right now. No, I think, dude, I gotta say, man, your updates on the course were nuts, man. The videos, and the funny thing is, we never talked about doing videos.
Yeah,
like we just both ended up doing them at the end of every night. We never talked about that, so that was pretty awesome, man.
Great minds.
Absolutely. So hopefully everybody's watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is actually the first of a few videos we'll do. We may actually see some other THPers that were with us. Do a couple of other segments, but just wanted to kind of bring as much back to you guys post-Grandaddy as possible. And Kevin, I thought it'd be a good idea to make it happen this way in the video. So for now, we'll talk to you later. But the Grandaddy lives on, and we're excited about it.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Later, buddy.
Thank you.